Have you ever told yourself that you need to retreat, to hide away, to shut the world out in order to find peace? Have you ever believed that real spiritual progress means cutting ties, avoiding people, or disappearing into solitude? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, and today we're exploring a powerful and uncomfortable question that many spiritual seekers avoid. Are you really on a path of cultivation, or are you simply escaping life? This episode is about facing one of the most misunderstood aspects of modern spiritual practice, the romanticized idea of seclusion, and why, more often than not, it's not real growth, it's avoidance dressed in spiritual clothing. You've probably seen the image before, a person alone in the mountains, deep in meditation, empowered by the world. That image has become the symbol of enlightenment. But the question we must ask is enlightenment about being untouched by the world, or is it about being in the world and not being shaken? Let me ask you this: when you withdraw, are you finding clarity or avoiding chaos? Are you cultivating wisdom or escaping responsibility? Because the answer makes all the difference. Let's talk about Daniel. He was a successful man in his early 40s, deeply spiritual, always searching for truth. After years in a high-pressure career, he decided to go off-grid. He moved to a quiet cabin in the woods, with phone, with internet, with interaction. He believed that true peace could only be found in silence. First, it worked. His mind became calm, his thoughts less frantic. But then, something strange happened. Memories surfaced, regrets bubbled up. His inner critic grew louder. Without the distractions of city life, he was face to face with his raw self, and he didn't like what he saw. Daniel wasn't cultivating, he was hiding. He thought silence would bring salvation. But silence without self-awareness only amplifies what's already inside. And eventually, Daniel came to a painful but honest realization. He had not retreated to grow. He had run away from discomfort, from responsibility, from healing. This story is not unique. Across the world, more and more people are calling their withdrawal spiritual, when in truth, it's just emotional avoidance. And here's the twist: the real cultivation doesn't happen in the mountains. It happens in traffic, conflict, heartbreak, deadlines, daily life. That doesn't mean solitude is wrong. In fact, temporary seclusion can be profoundly healing, but only when it is rooted in clarity, not fear. In the Buddhist tradition, true retreat is not about escape. It's about conscious reflection, followed by re-entry. The purpose of stepping back is to gain the strength to return with greater presence and compassion. There's a beautiful story of a Zen nun named Amy. You lived in the mountains for 3 years, meditating daily, fasting, studying the sutras. People came to visit her for blessings, believing he had transcended suffering. But after 3 years, he left the temple and returned to the city, working in a crowded clinic, serving the sick and poor. When asked why he gave up such peaceful isolation, he replied, "Peace found in silence is a seed, but real peace blooms in maze." He understood what so many miss, that the ultimate test of practice is not how still you can sit in meditation, but how open your heart remains when you're late for a meeting, when someone insults you, when life doesn't go your way. So if you're thinking of retreating, ask yourself, am I entering silence to listen to myself? Or am I running from voices I don't want to hear? Am I walking away from chaos to find inner order? Or am I avoiding the inner chaos by blaming the outer world? Because if the reason you want to disconnect is pain, fear, shame, or bitterness, then no amount of distance will bring you peace. You can live in a forest and still be tormented. You can live in a city and still be free. It's not the place, it's the presence. Let's consider another example, a woman named Clara who lived in a spiritual community for 5 years. He followed every rule, practiced every ritual, and maintained perfect discipline. But when her father died suddenly, he was forced to return to her hometown to care for her aging mother. First, he resisted. He felt that this was a distraction from her path, but slowly, something changed. She cooked for her mother, ran errands, dealt with impatient neighbors. He realized her true practice had just begun. He wasn't in a monastery, but she was living with awareness, with patience, with compassion. And one day, while folding her mother's laundry, he said, "This is my meditation now." That's the truth many miss. Spiritual practice is not about perfect posture or endless chanting. It's about presence in the present, wherever you are. And you speak kindly to a stranger. When you breathe deeply during conflict. And you choose understanding over ego. That's real cultivation. And sometimes, ironically, the most spiritual thing you can do is return to the world you tried to escape. Why? Because the world is your teacher. The driver who cuts you off is your test of patience. The crying baby on the plane is your test of compassion. The difficult coworker is your mirror of shadow. The moment you see these out as unmenses, what has teachings, you begin to truly walk the path. Here's something powerful to consider: the lotus does not bloom in clean water, it blooms in mud. Or spiritual evolution does not depend on isolation, it depends on integration. Integration of silence and speech, solitude and service, breath and action, knowing and doing. This is why, in the ancient scriptures, even enlightened beings returned to the marketplace, the village, the city, not to escape the world, but to uplift it. Because spirituality without service is selfishness, and silence without engagement is just avoidance. If you're watching this video and feeling the urge to disconnect, take a pause, ask yourself why. Were you seeking clarity, or are you avoiding confusion? Were you ready to confront yourself, or do you want to hide behind the illusion of calm? And if you're already in isolation, use it wisely. Don't just relax, reflect. Don't just escape, examine. And most of all, return. Bring what you've learned into the world. That's the only way to know if it's real. Thank you for watching this video. If this message resonated with your journey, we invite you to share your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever escaped under the name of practice, or found wisdom in the middle of a storm? Your story could be the light someone else needs. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and support this channel. Together, we explore not just teachings, but the truth behind the teachings. Until next time, live fully, practice openly, and remember, the world is not your enemy. It's your mirror.